Yes! Okay? You just saw Lou giving my brows so much life. And you guys know, the one thing that I just cannot go without is a good brow. Lou, can I get a yes?
Brows. Amen, yes.
Amen is right. I am very particular when it comes to my brows. I've even asked politely, I've asked makeup artists to redo my makeup or redo my brows if my brows aren't done right. Lou, is that a fact?
Absolutely, 100%, Makho.
Guys,
100%.
Everybody has their thing, and my thing is brows. I like them to be well-defined, but I don't want to look like a clown. I don't want to look like Boo Boo the Fool, but I want to look like Boo Boo the Beautiful. So
Beautiful.
I like the Boo Boo the Beautiful. So I go between two styles. I like the more natural-looking brow, kind of like what I have on. It's clean lines with little to no hairs underneath, but on some nights, when it's me and my husband or me and my friends, I'm going to apply a little bit more product to achieve a bolder look. So it really depends also on the hairstyle.
Right.
And where
your
we're
mood.
going. My mood.
Yeah. And your wardrobe.
And my wardrobe.
And the rest of your makeup.
That's so true. That's so true. And that's what I love about brows is that there's so many different ways to do them.
Yes.
And there are lots of different tools, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we have pencils, we have powders, we have gels, we have liquid
We
as
even
well.
have liquid.
Do you have a preference?
I like to use a little bit of both.
Okay.
It depends on what the client or the talent, what they want their brows to look like.
Okay, that's a good point. So do you go for like, let's say you've done my mom's makeup.
Yes.
When you do her makeup, do you go for like a more mature woman? Is it liquid or?
I follow the shape. I follow the shape of her brows.
Okay.
She didn't have a lot of brow to begin with, so I just followed whatever shape and whatever hair she had.
Yeah.
And they were thin and they were long. I think I use gel to achieve the look. Yeah.
Okay. So again, really depends on who you're putting the makeup
Absolutely.
on. It really depends on everybody. So now you were saying this morning we actually did my brows.
Correct.
But I'm going to wipe them off for just demonstration purposes. Like I said, this is the more natural look that you guys are seeing here. I'm going to take a little wipe here, and I'm going to wipe off this one right here so you guys can see what it looks like. So what did you use on me to achieve this brow? I don't want to get my makeup off, though. So I have to be really careful.
Very careful.
Okay, is that good enough, or should I keep going?
Yeah.
Lou's like, don't mess up my makeup.
That's fine.
Okay, all right, here we go. Let's get into it.
Okay, so for today on you, I'm going to use a powder.
Okay.
Yeah, just a simple powder. I'm going to match it to your brow hair color and your skin tone. So today we're going to use Espresso.
Okay.
Which is right here.
So we're using the Lorac palette.
Yes.
So it's eyeshadow palettes. It's about 16 colors that you're getting in here. So I love a 2-for-1 because you're getting your eyeshadow palettes, but then you could also use it
for brows.
For brows.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm going to turn towards you,
okay,
and then we are going to use the espresso color. You're wiping off a bit of the
it's
product.
just a little bit of excess because I don't want a lot.
Okay.
And so I'm going to... So I follow the shape of your brows.
Where are you starting? Are you starting at the very beginning
I'm starting
of
at
the
the
brow?
bottom.
At the bottom, but at the beginning of the brow?
Right, in the beginning of the brow. And then filling it in.
Okay.
In the meantime, while I'm shaping it.
So you're filling it in. Are you putting the same amount of product throughout the entire brow, or at the beginning are you starting with less and then going to build up?
I always start with less because then I could build up.
Okay.
So I brush it upwards and then I go right on top and line and shape the top.
You're brushing upwards throughout the entire brow?
Yeah, I'm filling it in.
Okay.
Because that's where the hair direction goes.
Got it.
So I follow the hair growth, the hair direction.
I've read that before, that you should definitely apply the product up. So that's a good tip. And what brush are you using to apply on?
I'm just using a flat brush.
Okay.
That I'll show you how to use with something else later.
So I don't need a special brow brush, or do I?
A brow brush, yes. I mean, they come in different ways.
Okay.
They're usually, some of them are angled. This one's flat.
Let's hold it up for a second because I want you guys to see just what the brush looks like. It's a very sharp tip. Do you see that? That's what the brush that you want. Thin. You want something that is really thin. You don't want something that is going to be thick and then apply a ton of product. All right, let me give it back to the makeup maestro, if that is right. All right, so we're applying. We're going away through. Now, you know I love an arch. Ooh, yes.
There you go.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, so you know I love an arch. What are tips for achieving an arch?
You have to shape the brows first.
Okay.
And if you don't have, we all have arches, but if you like more of a defined arch.
I do. I feel like it's more youthful.
Right.
If I have an arch here, it just brings my eyes up and it makes my whole face just
it
really...
lifts. Yeah.
It lifts the face. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a facelift, but you're just using eyeshadow powder.
Yeah. No, it's 100%. That's what you use it for.
Okay, perfect.
And you have to just shape it, and if you want that really pronounced arch, you shape it that way.
Perfect.
That's all it is. You want to shape it the way you want it.
Okay. Now look at that. I think brows are just the easiest thing to do on those days when I'm not coming to work and I'm not going anywhere. I love just putting on a brow and it just my face is set. It really sets the tone for my face.
It completes the look.
So how do we clean it up now? Because we have a trick that not a lot of people know about is using what? A concealer.
A concealer.
Yeah.
And this I call like a beat brow.
A beat brow, okay.
Beat brow.
A BB.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to wipe. These are makeup wipes. So I could use like a makeup wipe to kind of just dust off the excess powder, the excess eyeshadow, the excess product. I'm going to clean my hands as well because they're a little dirty.
I love the idea of a concealer because let me tell you guys the honest to God truth. I love my brows thick. And so because I like them thick, I still want them to be that beat brow. I want that arch to show. I want that little tip at the very end. But in order to achieve that, you got to use the concealer. Now, what color concealer am I getting?
So I have a variety of shades here.
Okay.
I'm going to use what I used for your under eye.
Okay.
So the under eye concealer I used on you is this one right here, which is almost empty, as you can see, because I use it a lot on you. And I'm just simply gonna put it on the brush.
On the same brush that we used?
On the same brush, but I cleaned it, so it's completely, there's no product on it.
All right.
And maybe just wipe it off
Wipe off the residue. How many shades lighter am I going for the concealer,
you could do 1 to 2. If you need a lot of help, go 2 shades.
So move it up 3 notches if your brows are busted. But if your brows are decent, listen, it happens to the best of us. Most times, 9 times out of 10, are my brows busted? She doesn't want to say. They are. So it's okay. If you need to go 3 notches up, it's okay. But if 2 notches is a good step. All right.
Okay,
hit me, baby.
Let's do it.
Hit me, baby, one more time. All right, here we go.
Yes. All right. So we're going to just go right under and really shape the brow.
We're going under the brow.
Under the brow.
Okay. Are you doing one just straight line just to define the brow?
Yeah.
Or are you... What are you doing?
It's one line, but I do it in different strokes.
Okay. Different strokes for different folks?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you could also just go that way, but I'm so meticulous and such a perfectionist when it comes to people I love and care about.
So it's right underneath the brow.
Right
it's
under
like
the
a
brow.
feathering motion back and forth. We're moving it.
Blending
there
it.
It is. Oh, yes.
Blending it that way.
So you can't even tell that I have this concealer on.
Nope.
So this is going to help us give that flexibility to that arch and that shape. As you can see, my brow is done. Now, if you want more of a natural look, Lou, now that my brow is beat.
Well, I have to do the top.
You have to do the top. Okay. All right.
Real fast.
All right.
This is the trick here.
Okay.
You do the top and the bottom.
Let's get the camera. There we go. Let's get that shot. Yes. Perfect.
And you have to blend, guys.
Okay, so that's how we really create that arch, is by going through the top. Are you going really close to the hairline, or are you going above it?
I'm going really close.
Okay, great.
Really close, because you want to define that line. You want to define that shape.
And you're going in the front as well.
Yeah, and just blending it.
Okay,
really.
perfect.
There we go.
Oh,
see? That's called the beat brow.
That is the beat brow. I love this. Again, super easy to do. Now let's talk about your brows, right? Because you also have a very simple way, simple products that you use as well. What do you use?
I use 2 things.
Okay.
I use a brow pencil and I use a liquid brow color.
So it's like a gel and a pencil in one?
There's a gel and a pencil in one, which is the Trestique, and then I'll complete it with a liquid brow color, and then I'll end it with a little brow gel.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we could talk about brows all day
I know it's a lot
long.
of things, but it's really easy.
It is. And here's the thing, you guys. I really implore you to find out what works for you. Like, powders for me are a little bit easier, or pomades are easier for me. But for some people, pencils are easier. So it all just depends on what you're comfortable with and what you just got to play around with it. Ooh,
I really don't want to.
Girl. I know.
My brows need help.
I know. Do it for the Amazon, though. Do it. We're helping to educate folks.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
let's pick your product.
Okay, we're going to do this Trestique brow pencil.
And first of all, look at that. Look at that pencil. Look at how that comes out. I think that is an added benefit. It's angled.
Yeah.
So if you're a novice like me and you don't have Lou to help you out all the time, because you get that angled brush, it makes it easier. Okay, I'm not going to hold you up anymore.
Okay, let's
go for it. Give the people what they need.
This needs help. This needs help.
All right, where do you start?
For me, I start on the top because my top needs a lot of help.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, there you go. I'm gonna
pull out the product.
Yeah, and I'm gonna place the angle right where it needs it. So I'll just fill it in right on top.
Are you applying a lot of pressure, or are you just like slightly doing it?
This, I don't need to apply a lot of pressure. I don't need to put a lot of pressure because the product is rich already. So I don't have to necessarily, you know, just force it down.
There's a common misconception that you have to really get that product in. You got to press down on your face, and the harder it is, the more product you're going to see.
Well,
but really light strokes.
Yeah, light strokes. And this one I could just, yeah.
But walk me through what you're doing, because I feel like you're going all over your brow. Are you in one place, or are you spreading that product out evenly?
I shape underneath.
Okay. I see that.
I trace on top.
Okay.
And then I fill it in lightly.
Oh. Light
now,
strokes.
if I want more detail, so as you could see, like I'm sparse in the beginning of your brow, the beginning area of my brow. So what I want to do is I'm going to take the liquid brow color because this is more, it's thinner. So
how cool is that? So that's going to create.
Precise.
So if you really don't have a brow, which is okay, if you don't have a brow, this is what you need to create those hair-like.
Right, kind of like a hair strokes, you know. So lightly. I'm sorry, I'm right-handed. So
okay. That's all right.
Lightly.
Light
just
hair.
fill in.
Okay.
Just fill in where you're sparse. There we go.
Oh, that's perfect.
You see?
So
I just filled in the beginning. In the start of my brow.
Oh, that looks so good. And look, you were so shy and nervous about showing off your brows.
My brows are so important to me.
We want America to have good brows,
yes.
all right? So if your brows look good, it's all good in the neighborhood. You look good, girl.
I love it.
Yes.
So guess what else I'm going to do?
What else are you going to do?
So this Trestique pencil.
Yes. Yes.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
It has a brow gel that I like to use to brush out and blend. And it also adds a little shine to my brows, which I love.
Now, I've seen hairstylists also use hair gel or wax, but this is a great way to do that. And your brows are going to stay in place. You ever had a situation where your brows move?
Yeah.
And your brows...
all the time.
By the end of the day, your brows are
like this. No. This is what I use to keep them in place and to add a little shine to it.
Oh, my gosh. You look good. All right. So whether it's pencils or it's the brow, whatever it is, we've got you covered, you guys. And we've got more beauty trends coming up right now. Make sure you check it out.